Hey there YouTube, this is Wakeangel2K1 again, and this is still related to the post-Comic-Con reviews, but I did not actually buy this at Comic-Con. I bought this at my own store the day after I went to Comic-Con. It is the Metroid. Of course, it's not the giant Metroid from Wave 2 of the World Nintendo line. It is the 2.5-inch scaled Metroid that comes in the non-articulated minifigures set. The packaging shows all the other minifigures that came in this set. Mostly a whole bunch of Mario things, but they had a Splatoon inkling, which is pretty cool. And Tom. There's also a nifty description. First discovered on planet SR388. This floating life form grows by absorbing the energy around it. It is incredibly durable but extremely weak to cold. A Metroid will grab a rival by the head and drain energy. So, the most fearsome predator in the Metroid universe's galaxy. The only known predator of the dreaded X-Parasites. Apparently genetically engineered by the Chozo for the specific purpose of preventing the X-Parasites from destroying the cosmos. A job that fell upon Samus when she realized how badly she messed up killing them all. So yeah, this is the little monsters that got a franchise named after them, despite the fact that you only ever really see them in the final levels of whatever stages, of whatever games. The Metroid comes with a stand. It is a simple transparent stand. It's a peg that goes into a provided hole. Look at that, though. I mean, 2.5-inch scale or not, that is detailed musculature. It really does look like a Metroid mouth. That's So yeah, the stand does not accomplish much. It makes it look like it's levitating, sure, but barely over the ground. Like, barely. I wish the stand was a little taller. Like, if they could get it to hover at least this high, then I would have been happy. As it stands, it looks like it's just very barely levitating. So the Metroid is squishy. I will call him Mr. Squishy, and he will be mine, and he will be my squishy. Yeah, they use a soft vinyl material around the core inside, which just... I don't know if those are supposed to be little eyes, or it's just glowing clusters of nerve cells, or whatever the hell. But it's sci-fi awesomeness. You don't really question how these organs are supposed to work. I mean, based on description, when Metroids suck the life force out of their prey, they don't even drain any actual fluids. They just latch onto you and they suck your energy out directly, leaving you a withered husk. But apparently they don't actually consume any body fluids from you. How does that work? Alright, so I guess we need a size comparison. So let's bring in the Samus figure. And you know what? All things considered, that's not a bad scale at all. I'm working on fuzzy memories for the game sprites, but that looks more or less right. If not for a full-grown hunting Metroid, maybe at least a decent size for the baby Metroid from the end of Metroid 2, Return of Samus. I mean, like, if you recall, Wave 2 featured a Metroid, but that thing was gigantic. So big that it counted as a 6-inch scale figure. Next to this thing, it probably would have been better to call that thing the baby from the end of Super Metroid, where it had grown to a gigantic size. So let's bring in a Morph Ball, provided by Gravity Suit Samus, because I don't feel like digging up my Samus from, And look, yep, that looks about right, doesn't it? Just, you fold up into a ball, plant some bombs to get it to let you go. But yeah, I mean, that looks good. I mean, when you... All that we can really ask for this thing to do, because it's completely non-articulated, all we can really ask for it is to look good and scale right, and I believe it accomplishes both of those things. Although, some people might say it's a little too big to be the baby, too small to be a full-grown one next to Samus. That's debatable because we all know these things can change size depending on how much energy they've absorbed. But there's one thing you can't question. It really would look like the baby Metroid when you compare it to the Samus Figma. That looks really darn good. So it's just a simple little thing. Translucent vinyl ball shape around some very, very well sculpted musculature and an appropriate use of a very glossy yellow paint that looks almost iridescent. And yeah, everything on that's pretty darn good. Even if you do not collect the unarticulated minifigures from the World of Nintendo line, I do believe that the Metroid is worth your consideration. This is Wakeangel2K1, and I'm signing off.